Indoor Arena here in Birmingham and to our second Southern semi-final. You should know the score by now. The winners of tonight's show could go through to our final, and who knows, they might even win themselves a place in our grand final.
Gladiators is #1, and so are the prizes. The runner-up, a fantastic holiday in South Africa's Sun City, plus £1,000. And for the winners, £1,000 also, and one of these luxurious four-wheel drive family vehicles.
So let's meet tonight's Southern semi-finalists. They are Yvette Rowley
and Andreya Wharry. Come on, girls.
Hope you didn't strain yourself too much there in the opening.
I had to take it easy this time.
Yes, things have changed a little bit now. Has the atmosphere changed? Because now you're in the semi-finals, you know, you've done your first heat, feeling a little bit comfortable. Things getting a bit more nervous now?
Definitely. I think the pressure's on this time. I'm feeling a bit more nervous.
Are you? Well, you're looking very confident, you're looking very relaxed. Tell us a bit about yourself, what you do and where you're from.
I come from Bournemouth and I work for a company called Michael Stewart Design as the secretary.
Ah, and have you got any fans here tonight? They're very quiet.
They're all there.
Same bunch of them with you through the heats, are they?
Yes, most of them are, yes.
Well, I'm sure they'll be wishing you the very best of luck, and so will I. We'll see you later. Yvette Rowley!
Andreya, now, you're representing the South. Remind all our viewers and everybody in the house where you're from.
I'm from Newquay, Cornwall.
OK, and all your supporters are here. And remember, remind us again, what do you do for a living?
I'm making designs, stained glass windows.
And how do you think you're going to get on today?
It's going to be a tough show, but I want to win.
Now, you've got a little bit of pressure on you, really, because it's a little bit special day for you. It's your boyfriend's birthday today as well.
Yay! Happy birthday, Ian!
So you've got more pressure to do well. Let's see how you get on. Get ready for the first event. Off you go. Andreya Wharry!
Now it's time to meet the guys. They are Emmil Watson
and Freddie McGovern. Come on, guys.
Emmil, have you any fans in the house?
Well, I don't know. Last time, no one got here and I addressed the audience to be my fans for the day, so if you want to do that again, feel free.
That would be nice. I'm sure you'll get lots of support because, of course, you've gone through the heats and now you're in the semi-final. Are you feeling confident?
Look, so confident. In fact, so many fans last time sent me cards and banners. Thank you all very, very much. Sit back and enjoy the show. It's going to be a good one. Trust me.
We certainly hope so. Remind us what you do and where you're from.
Unfortunately, I'm currently unemployed at the moment.
Looking for a job? Any particular job you fancy?
Well, to be deadly honest, I've done a little bit of TV presentation, so anyone looking out there, and I've done some photographic, I'm your man. Pick up the phone.
Oh, well, you can't have my job tonight, but we'll look forward to seeing you in action. Let's hear it for Emmil Watson.
OK, Freddie, tell us, what have you been doing since the last show?
Since the last show, I've been really trying to lick my wounds. I got a bit bashed about a bit, especially maybe on the Gauntlet. That was pretty an eye-opener. But I've been really kind of adjusting my training, more cardio work, and just staying nice and loose, really.
Cardio being your heart and lungs?
Yep, just loads of running, so a bit of cycling, just to keep me ticking over for the next round, basically.
And again, where are you from and what do you do for a living?
I'm a fitness instructor and also a personal trainer. I work at Cafe Sport.
And how are you going to do today?
I think I'm going to do pretty well, but as you know, it's not over until it's over.
You're right there. Off you go, Freddie. Get yourself ready. Freddie McGovern.
Well, the girls should be ready for their first event, so let the games begin.
And just psyching herself up is Yvette. And she's going to be pursued by Boom. It's Andreya! And she's going to be pursued by Rimbo! Oh, really, John Anderson.
Contenders, you will go on my first position. Gladiators, you will go on my second position. 3, 2...
So it's first to finish, scores 10, second gets 5. It's Yvette in pink, Andreya in yellow, and here come the Glads in hot pursuit. Vogue versus Yvette, Rebel racing after Andreya. On the snake beams, we can see that Yvette's balancing act is blazing a trail. It's off the beams, and they'll be straight onto the hand ladder. These girls very fast. The design secretary against the stained glass designer, and both with designs on maximum points. The Glads a long way short of their targets, and Rebel being rebuked and ordered back by a cheerleader for missing out the start rungs of her ladder. Onto the wire bridge. That'll give Andreya an advantage to avoid being caught. Yvette leads, closely followed by Andreya. It's onto the low wall. And Andreya having a terrible time on the wall, and Vogue scoots past in pursuit of Yvette. Yvette under the web trap for the high wall climb, while Andreya scuttles to join her. Vogue has actually overtaken Andreya in pursuit of Yvette. Round the final bollard for the quick step over the quicksand. Almost long jumps her way to victory. She's there. 10 convincing points for that emphatic victory. Gary and Mavis, Yvette's husband and mum, pleased with that starter. Andreya tramples down the webbing and jogs in to claim her 5.
Well, Yvette, that really was, I mean, looked very easy. I have to say, though, I mean, Vogue looked to me to be closing in on you a little bit, but you ran away with it.
I think I did. That high wall I was quite worried about. But I seemed to get over quite easy. And I've got 10 points.
Well, it's worked for horizontal where no penalty, so 10 points. And Vogue, she was very fast indeed. I mean, you looked to be closing in, as I said, on a couple of occasions, but...
I had a little slip just on the very end of the beam, which put me off a bit. But I managed to I was catching her under the net, and suddenly she was straight over the wall and gone.
She was gone. Let's hear it for Vogue, and well done, Yvette.
Hard work. You're out of breath. Did you know the Rebel got stopped?
No, not at all, but when I saw Vogue come past me, I thought she can't be far behind me.
Rebel, tell us, what happened? Why were you stopped?
I think I got a little bit excited. I jumped onto the handbar and didn't touch yellow from the beginning, so I had to go back and then try and make up as much time as I could after that.
Would you have caught her?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you still done well. You got yourself 5 points. Well done, Andreya, and let's hear for Rebel. Well done, girls.
The girls get this second Southern Area semi off to a blistering start. One event gone, 10-5 to Yvette. Back to the arena and Fash.
And wearing red, it's Emmil. And he's going to be chased by Cobra. And in blue, it's Freddie. And he's going to be pursued by the Wolfman. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Ever ready Freddie in blue, the immaculate Emmil in the red. Oh, Emmil drops off and drops a point as the Gladiators give chase. Cobra closing on Emmil. Oh, takes his flag. Emmil Watson wonders what's up, but he's out. The hungry wolf still stalking Freddie. Freddie has to touch all the yellow plates on the beams, and the wolf looking mean and magnificent. Well, mean anyway. Onto the ladder. And Wolf determined to keep Freddie out of the frame and denying the points. Oh, he's got him. Great work. The woman in the dishcloth sees the Glads wipe the floor with the guys. Emmil just wasn't fast enough as the Cobra wrapped up and rubbed out another contender's aspirations, and Wolf was far too powerful a foe for Freddie to overcome.
He was fast. Got to give it to him. As much as it hurts us, he was fast.
He was fast for his age. Give him due, but there's a few more games to go.
Oh, you're a great man. For his age, don't mention his age. You had your head start.
Yeah, had a head start, but he made up the ground. But there's still more games to go. It's early days, so let's get it on.
Wolfman. Yes. This hurts me. This hurts me. Well done. You look fast, Wolfman.
Thank you. He said something to Cobra backstage, Freddie did. He said to him, if you snoozed, you lose. I think he was snoozing.
Well done, Wolfman. Good one. Let's hear for Freddie and the Wolfman.
And there's the written confirmation. Well, the guys were caught sleeping and now they're weeping. 0-0 in the men's after one event.
Guess what this is like? That's right, a pugil stick. The only difference is, one's good for pulling you through the water, and the other one's good for knocking the contenders off the platform. This is a kayak. You have to be really skillful to pedal a kayak through the water.
I love him. Bald-head lollipop who loves you, baby.
Oi, oi, that's Kojak, not kayak. And if you remember him, pal, you're older than what you look. And you're old enough as it is. Ugh.
First up on Hang Tough, it's Yvette. And she's going to be facing Lightning.
John Anderson joining in with his horn, even if it is a bit out of tune. Let's study the form of these hang-tough high flyers. Lightning stands 170 and weighs in at 58 kilos. On the other platform, Yvette, 1.75 frame, will be carrying a 10-kilo advantage.
3, 2, 1.
And Lightning, a living legend on the rings. She's wrung out more contenders than Pavarotti's had hot dinners. Straight down the middle and completely misses Yvette. Secondary somehow evades the swinging spectre of defeat. And she's looking good for the scoring zone with Lightning completely out of position. Lightning quickly plotting a solution here. Yvette will take down a letter at work, but won't want to be taken down here. She's well in the scoring zone, but Lightning's backtrack to recover. Lightning makes a move, scissors on, looking for another belting performance. Yvette trying to give Lightning the Evo. The Mother Brown position, knees up, and Lightning still engaging her, not in the best takedown trajectory. Lightning on the belts, trying to make Yvette buckle. Lightning braces herself, and the belt is Yvette's undoing. When she pulled on that belt, something had to drop. Unluckily, it was Yvette. The crowd with another one bites the dust. And Gary with a chorus of "I'm still standing."
Yvette, I was holding out great hope for you then. I mean, you look very, very confident.
So was I, but I thought my knickers were going to come off as well.
Is that why you let go?
I think so.
Oh, don't be modest. Well, Lightning, it's very rare indeed, if at all, that you let us down. You certainly didn't let us down tonight.
Oh, I think it was part luck tonight. I was turning all over the place and I did not know where I was. But unfortunately, she was unlucky and I was lucky. But she did very well and she nearly got away.
She certainly did. I wouldn't call it just luck. It's talent, too. Lightning and Yvette.
And Lightning generously acknowledging Yvette's ring skills.
Next up, it's Andreya. She's going to be facing Falcon.
The top-flight Gladiator returns to the rings. A look at her facts and figures reveals that she's 1.70 meters in the height department and 67 kilos weight-wise. If we hold those stats up against those of our Cornish maid, we'll see Andreya is level pegging height-wise, but carrying 7 kilos less in the weight department.
3, 2, 1.
The bird of prey leaves her nest, knowing she's got 60 seconds to rid Andreya of the rings. And this is Andreya's first hang tough in competition, a stained glass window designer by trade. The only pain in the frame at the moment is Falcon. Good traversing technique from Andreya, making Falcon work hard to stay on terms. Hand on the scoring ring, but retreats to reorganise herself. Confident debut this from Andreya. And Falcon back on station, defending the zone. Andreya with half a minute in which to win it. Out of range and Falcon in trouble, twisting in the wind. Tries to take advantage of the swing. One-ringed and floundering, Andreya Wharry is Falcon's quarry. And Andreya dangling at the moment outside the zone. Falcon needs to get a good handle on a ring and this situation. Out of range. Time going down, but Andreya certainly isn't at the moment. And Falcon sweeps but can't conquer. Oh, a nice move by Andreya. In one swing, she's in the scoring zone, out of Falcon's range and in the points. Great last-ditch effort to snatch the 5 from under Falcon's nose. Andreya drops down to the mat and props up her points pile. Well, Andreya was superb on the rings. Very confident, comfortably swinging and staying out of Falcon's takedown range. Missed again. After 2 events in the ladies' semi-final, Yvette stays put while Andreya joins her on 10.
Now it's time to move into the men's event. First up, it's Emmil. Against the Wolfman.
Well, second outing this evening for the Wolfman. He's obviously in a good mood, so there's no need to bait him. Oh, look, he thinks he's Bruce Forsyth.
Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Ready, go, ready!
Oh. Thanks, Wolfie. I've heard of dog breath, but that takes the biscuit. And the Wolf, a mighty hang-tough technician. Look at this. Reaches the centre ring in 2 huge swings. Looking to make a meal of Emmil and hound him out of the points. And it's Emmil's first flight on the rings. Emmil, knees up and oh, he's down. Emmil takes a flyer. His mum shines, clearly taking a shine to Wolfman. So Wolf single-handedly sorted out both Freddie and Emmil in 2 events.
Oh, Emmil, you didn't look desperately confident to start with, although to me it looks like you've got pretty good upper body strength.
I've got to admit to all the fans, I've got 2 games I really intensely dislike here. That's one of them. The logic on this was if I can get past, go, but don't take any punishment. It's not worth it. Guy's too big and strong. Respect where it's due.
Certainly. I mean, there were cries of Wolf is a woman in the audience, but I think you did pretty well.
Thank you. I'd like to say something. You know, if I could fill the arena with contestants of this caliber, he's got you on his heart alone. He's a fantastic contestant. All respect.
Let's hear it for the Wolfman and Emmil.
I think it's love. A glimpse of the other side of Wolfie there. And a look at the replay will confirm Emmil's tactics. No point expending strength in a losing battle when there's 3 events still to go.
I want Trojan to get the other guy now. Trojan's going to make it a double. Come on, Trojan, you can do it.
Next up on Hang Tough, it's Freddie. He's going to be facing Trojan.
Wolf wants Trojan to do the business, and Trojan traditionally a swinging sensation in Hang Tough, but this will be Freddie's first time on the rings, but don't count him out.
Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
3, 2, 1!
Particularly as Trojan has the words of the Wolf still ringing in his ears. He's seen the Wild Thing keep his nose clean and a clean sheet, and for the first time he's looking to follow the Wolf's example. First to the centre is the Trojan powerhouse with those huge swings while Freddie's on the wing. And he needs a wing and a prayer if he's to stay out of trouble. Trojan 1 rings and out of position. Freddie in the scoring zone, and Trojan with big problems. He's in a flat spin, but Freddie still needs to stay sharp. Trojan tries to grab a piece, but can't make it stick, and Trojan in serious 1-ring trouble up there. Oh, he's gone! Trojan slips off the rings and leaves Freddie free for the points. If he can reach Trojan's platform in the time remaining, he'll clock up 10 points. Needs to grab a ring before he can claim the prize. His girlfriend Amanda and Mum Patricia giving him what for. Freddie's time is ticking down. He's good for 5, but 10 would be better. He's got a ring, he's back in the frame, he's there, no he's not, swings away, he's back, 10 points with half a second remaining. A tantalising hang tough for Freddie McGovern. The Trojans' unusual error left the field free for Freddie to clean up the points. And Trojan knows he threw it away. Well, you've got to chalk that victory up to Freddie. Freddie grabbed those 10 points by the skin of his teeth. He was so close on the first swing and luckily had just enough time to turn disappointment to delight. Hang 10 on Hang Tough. So after 2 events, Freddie hits the front with Emmil still on nil.
With 2 events firmly up their sleeves, our contenders are heading for another 3. So why don't you join them after the break here on Gladiators? To the second leg of our second Southern semi-final. Time for event number 3.
Sky-track.
Suspended upside down above the arena floor, it's Andreya and Yvette. They're going to be chased by Vulcan and Vogue.
Well, Yvette faced Vogue last time on Sky-track. Here's what happened.
The first game I got was Sky Track, and I had Vogue chasing me. Being a sprinter, I thought I'd have a good chance. I got right round to the very end. I thought I had it, but apparently she caught me 6 inches from the end. That's a bit unlucky for me, but never mind.
3, 2, 1.
And Yvette's with a storming start, knowing that Vogue caught her on this track last time out. And like a herd of charging aliens, Andreya flagging, making herself easy prey for Falcon. Off the corner. Oh, and Falcon blows Andreya's gasket. And Vogue coming up on Yvette's, blasts her out of the points. Great run from the Glads. Those double quick detonations dispensing with the contenders. Andreya's still running, but if the smell of flashpot doesn't tell her, the whistle does. Her points disappeared in a puff of smoke. Her family disappointed. Andreya pulls back Yvette's lead with the benefit of the inside track, but that doesn't stop Falcon firing her up. Followed by Vogue's flash of brilliance, and after 3 events, it's still 10-10.
So now we move into the men's event with Freddie and Emmil. They're going to be chased by Saracen and Hunter. Over to John.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2...
Well, neither contender has run the Sky track before. Emmil in red and Freddie in blue, and Emmil blazing a trail, leaving everyone in his wake. Hunter looking to press his plunger while Saracen tries to put the skids under Freddie. And Hunter's closing down Emmil with incredible speed. Oh, explosive action from Hunter. Saracen still on Freddie's case as they hit the crossover. Saracen's there, strikes Freddie. Denied him the points just as the checkered flag came into view. Amanda in the middle there, leading the ovation, and while they have a chat, we'll see it again. Hunter pulled back meters in moments to light the blue touch paper, and Saracen's firepower wasn't found wanting. After 3 events, the scores stay the same. Now, from this scorching action to something just as breathtaking.
Gladiator training pool here at Cocoa Beach is the perfect place for beginners and experienced swimmers. There are 4 main competition strokes used. The breaststroke. This was developed as far back as the 16th century. It was a stroke used by Captain Matthew Webb, who was the first man to swim the English Channel. It took him over 21 hours. These days, swimmers conquer the channel in under 9 hours. The backstroke. This stroke enables swimmers to breathe more freely, and it was developed in the 1920s. Now this is a tough one, the butterfly. It's the 2nd fastest stroke, but it's also the most difficult. The Americans developed it from breaststroke in the 1930s. Now our final stroke. Cobra is an expert at this one. Let's have a look at him in action.
You know, in my opinion, Panther, you're the most beautiful gladiator. I've always thought you was the most fittest and strongest. I think you're stunning. I couldn't borrow your bike, could I?
The crawl.
And the first up to walk the bridge is Yvette. And she's going to be facing Laser. Over to John Anderson.
Contender, ready! And
yes!
Ready! 3, 2, 1.
And the Laser is sharp as a razor in this event. She won't budge from the bridge. Cuts the contender down with those overhead rights. Nails her with a hammerhead. Gary there is stunned as his wife.
Oh, Laser, your first series, your first year, what a knockout punch.
That was fantastic. I wanted a little bit more of a fight, though, but I'm happy if she's off.
I mean, did you plan that?
Absolutely, but sometimes I plan to knock them and then knock them back up. But she wanted to go off today, so...
That was a quick time. Well done, Yvette, and well done to Laser.
Words of encouragement, I hope, from Gary.
And next up, it's Andreya. And she's going to be facing, her name is Rio.
This morning, Andreya told me how she felt when she won her heat.
When I won, I was just so tired. It took quite a while to sink in, and when I went over to all my family and friends, that's when it actually really did sink in that I was won. And I had to do it all again.
Yvette before her. This is Andreya's first competition crossing of the suspension bridge and already doing better than Yvette. Oh, but not much better. Ria rocks her with a shove. Andreya's in trouble. She's down on the bridge, but not down on the deck. Ria trying to prize her off as she's practicing her golf swing. Her left arm should be straighter.
The contender is disqualified for not returning to her feet quickly enough.
Oh, John Anderson hasn't endeared himself to the crowd. Those faces say it all. And Andreya's dad saying something. Glad we didn't hear it. Brave display by Andreya. Gets unbalanced by a Rio right and, like Captain Kirk, refuses to leave the bridge. Tries to get up, shimmies along, and despite Rio's best efforts, won't be dislodged. After 4 events, the scores stay the same. 10 apiece, back to Fash for another bash.
OK, you've seen the ladies. Now let's see the men. And the first up is Emmil. And he's going to be facing, there is only one, a Saracen.
Well, the Superman stats look like this. A 182 frame supporting 108 kilos of muscle and hustle. What's on the Watson spec sheet, you may ask? Well, as you can see, Emmil's 5 centimetres shorter and 25 kilos lighter. Time to get down to business. And Emmil comes out to do battle and smashes the hammerhead from Saracen's grip. Saracen recovers, but Emmil won't let him off the hook. Oh, he's got him off the bridge instead. 10 points to Emmil Watson, stuck it to Saracen and forced him to forfeit the point. Emmil delighted with that. That's my son, says Shine, and it's rise and shine as the arena stands to acclaim the contender.
What a surprise! Talk us through it. It wasn't a surprise. He was too close. He came in, he charged me, he was too close. I couldn't get the hammer working, and unfortunately, I lost it.
Emmil, let's bring you in. I know you're a little bit disappointed with your performance so far. That's got to have cheered you up.
Hey, some terrible games I've done so far. I'm sorry to the crowd. Not only is this a nice man, I gave him the maximum respect on everything.
Well done, Emmil. 10 points. Well done, guys. And let's hear it for Saracen. And the last of our male contenders to walk the bridge is Freddie. And he's going to be facing 19 stone of the Rhino.
Well, Fash calls it good old-fashioned 19 stone. These days, we're forced to tell it in kilos. Although 19 stone sounds a lot heavier than 107 kilos. Freddie's figures look like this, and they mean he's 20 centimetres taller, but 28 kilos lighter.
3, 2,
well, Freddie's seen how to do it. Now to try and emulate Emmil, but Rhino's come to rumble. He's looking to dispatch Freddie. Dispossesses him, and Freddie's points vanish into thin air, along with his hammerhead.
Having lost his weapon, is in no position to defend himself. The contender is disqualified.
Well, Amanda and her mum look incredulous, but the rules are quite clear, as we'll see. Rhino stings him with a right, then swings back with a left, and the hammerhead goes flying from Freddie's grip. After 4 action-filled events, the men's scores, like the girls, 10-10.
187, 188, 189. Who says bikes don't exercise your arms?
Good pump, Rebel. You're doing really well. There's only 20 more bikes to do.
Thanks. Where was I? Oh, 1, 2...
First up to run the gauntlet, it's Yvette. And tonight she faces Rio, Rebel, Laser, Panther, and Lightning. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
Never before in the gauntlets, and never again from the size of that blow by Rio. But Yvette forcing herself back into the picture. Into the rebellious one. Yvette taking a pounding from those power pads. Rebel two-fisted and totally focused. 30 seconds in which to score 5, 20 in which to claim 10. But that looks to have evaded her. Laser with the ramrod slams the door to the score in Yvette's face. Our Bournemouth secretary more used to being asked to take a letter, not a pasting. Panther with the pads now, but all the efforts in vain. Time is up. No points. There's the whistle. and Gary can't contain his frustration.
Yvette, I know you told me before this that you were really looking forward to this event.
Oh, did I? I don't know why.
I don't think you were. Are you all right? Because you look a little bit shaken.
I got a bit of a headbutt, I think, in the first one.
Well, as you heard, the whistle went before you managed to cross the line. I mean, Rio took up a great deal of your time initially.
She certainly did. She's a big girl to get through.
And then Laser gave you some trouble as well.
Again.
So you didn't enjoy it?
Not at all.
That's good to hear. Let's hear it for Yvette anyway. Next up against the Dream Team, it's Andreya. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
And into action flies Andreya. The stained glass designer shattered the Glads by scoring 10 last time she ran the gauntlets. Rio and Rebel get short shrift. Laser's next in line. Laser, a good gauntlet operator. This new Gladiator, quite a signing. Panther's next to put up the barriers, but easily outflanked. And Lightning slaps her down. Andrea's second maximum has slipped away, but she's still on for 5, stealing the points with one final push. Great gauntlet from Andreya. Her friends are on their feet, and thankfully, so is she.
Well, your fans are absolutely delighted. You worked very hard indeed to get through that. I mean, you look to me to be shorter than Yvette, and yet you flattened Rio.
Oh, that stopped us once the first time, but I was quite confident after my last show. It was much, much harder this show than the last one.
Oh, really? Well, let's bring Andy Norgate in and find out what your time was.
25 seconds, 5 points.
5 points! Let's hear it for Andreya. Well done.
Andy Norgate confirms the score. Andreya happy to take the edge going into the eliminator. After 5 events, Yvette's on 10, Andreya 15.
So now we move into the men's event with Emmil. And tonight, he's facing Ace. Trojan. Cobra. Hunter. And Rhino.
An awesome lineup. But who is Emmil most worried about in the gauntlet?
I could see myself having problems with Rhino. On the gauntlet, I thought I can do this in 14, 15 seconds. When I was counting in my head, I was running 1,001, 1,002. And I got to the line in about 14, 14.5 seconds, and he hit me back 3 times. And in the end, I had to crawl like a babe in arms to actually get past him, and he had this big grin on his face the whole time. You know, so Rhino's the man, and Saracen, definitely.
Well, he's done it before. Can he do it again? Oh, discards the ace with ease. Trojan's just horsing around, no real threats. Low into Cobra, rattles a snake, gets him mad, takes a backhander. Hunter next, power patch prime for action, but Emmil ducked and the Hunter was Dex. Rhino takes a... Oh, Rhino launches Emmil, forces him wide, and John Anderson blowing his whistle. Emil's there, but it won't count.
Contender was out. We restarted this section.
Emmil not impressed, but if we look at the aerial view, the incident is quite clear, rather like the rules. Rhino hoiks him up, and Emmil has a leg dangling over the rim. Rhino there catching his breath. Yeah, put it away. This is fast becoming a face-pulling contest. Oh, look, there's Emil's impression of Chris Eubank. Very good.
14 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
Emmil goes for it. The Rhino being charged for a change. Emmil driving in. He's there just outside the 20 seconds. 5 points. The crowd are on their feet.
Well, Emmil, you started off so well. You flew past Ace, you flew past Trojan almost, underneath Cobra, and then, of course, Rhino gave you a bit of trouble.
Well, I figured I could go over the top of the guy. He's strong, but listen very carefully, very carefully. David slew Goliath with a sling and a shot, and I just went through 5 gladiators with everything I've got. Now, signs doesn't matter. It matters not a care. It's if you give 100% and what you have in here.
Yo!
I was up all night writing that for him.
Before you go, Emmil, let's just find out from Andy Norgate, good news or bad news, what the time was.
21 seconds, 5 points.
5 points, just 1 second over. Well done, Emmil.
There's his mum's shine. There's his fans. Oh, look, there's his impression of a man opening lots of invisible windows. Looking at the head-to-head with Rhino again, Emmil, fast and strong, drives the Rhino back. Rhino does well to keep the points down to 5. Bone-crunching action.
Next up against the Mean Machine, it's Freddie.
And Freddie told us earlier that this is one of the events he's been dreading.
One of the games that I found really kind of hard was Gauntlet. I mean, going up against 5 Gladiators, you know, quite big, you know, quite strong, and obviously bigger than myself. But I mean, I managed to get through, and I took a few hits, but managed to get through and I survived.
Last time, Freddie scored 5. Trumps the ace. Trojan trying to contain him. Owen to the snake. Knocks him for 6. It's Hunter. Snaps shut the gates of hell. Oh, but Freddie forces them open. Rhino joins in the argy-bargy, pushing and parrying from pillar to post. Freddie desperate for the 10 points, but they're going to elude him. Ducking and diving. A monster mauling from Rhino. Freddie's down. Ordered up by the referee, and once again, Rhino is the single-handed saviour of the Gladiators' blushes. Freddie's there for 5 points, and Freddie's down. Amanda's up, though.
Are you alive?
Fine. Live and kicking.
Listen, Freddie, get up. Don't be lazy. That was amazing. Not much ducking and diving there. And really, the only one to give you terrible trouble was Rhino at the end.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. But it's a great game. Let's go again.
Oh, you're asking for trouble. Let's bring Andy Norgate in and find out what your time was.
26 seconds, 5 points.
5 points. Let's hear it for Freddie.
5 for Freddie. Could easily have been 10, but the Rhino's ramrod proved a tough barrier to breach. After 5 events, the scores remain even. 15 all.
All that stands between our contenders and a place in the final is the Eliminator. So join us after the break for more action here on Gladiators. Time. At stake is 2 places in our Southern final. So let's have a look at the scoreboard. Yvette's on 10 points, Andreya's on 15 points. That's a 5-point difference, giving Andreya a 2.5-second head start. Over to you, Fash.
Thanks, Ollie. 2.5 seconds. In your last heat, which of course you won, you had 11 seconds head start.
It's going to be very, very close. Yvette's pretty fast, so it's anybody's show yet.
Do you think you're going to do it?
Of course.
Good, cause I'm confident. Yvette, last heat you had 10 seconds head start. This time is reverse. You're now chasing 2.5 seconds to make up. Can you do it?
I know the time difference has no consequence at all, because Silvina, the contender in my last heat, nearly caught me up, and that was with 10 seconds, so I'm going to do it.
Both girls, we wish you all the best. Over to John Anderson.
Andreya, you will go on my first whistle. Yvette, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Andreya gets underway. And here comes Yvette. Yvette's an athlete in her spare time, so she has an inbuilt competitive spirit. Andreya designs stained glass windows, keeps fit for fun. Into the nylon nightmare of Spaghetti Junction. And out the other side, fantastically fast through the drastic elastic. Next to climb to the ladder. Andreya with a favoured legs-up technique. While Yvette struggles with the high-tension tendrils of that bungee maze. Yvonne's sister giving it plenty. Andreya doesn't look wrung out on this ladder. Yvette on the rope. Needs to lift her performance now and lift herself. Struggling with the rope as Andreya spans the spinning logs. As you heard, her mum and dad with her every step of the way. The contender from Newquay onto the cargo net, while Yvette's still on the ladder. Her mum Mavis there. As she runs along the rollers. Andreya at the gantry. Ahead of her, the zip. Along for the hookup. And her boyfriend Ian knows the Southern Area final is within her grasp. down the line. 25 miles an hour, splashdown. Dad John starts the celebrations early. Carefully onto the balance beam. Hasn't put a foot wrong yet. Gary still encouraging Yvette as she zips down the zip. Andreya now facing the final frontier. She can afford to take her time. The luxury of a lead she built up with sheer hard work. Here she comes, attacks the travelator and tames it with ease. Andreya Wharry into the Southern Area final. Tremendous performance. Her dad certainly thinks so. And her mum. And her boyfriend Ian. Great stuff. Here comes Yvette. Pumps her way to the top. Superb semi-finalist. Waves to the family. They wave back. Swings through a gallant runner-up.
Congratulations. Wow, you came up that travelator with a lot of conviction there.
I've seen a lot of girls fall on it, and it's just, you've got to go for it and not stop.
You know, it doesn't matter how far ahead you get, you've got to keep going.
Oh, definitely.
Let me give you your Gladiator winner's medal, and we'll all be seeing you again quite soon.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Ian.
Go and thank them. Go on, go and say hello to all your family and supporters. Let's hear it from Andreya.
Well, Yvette, it proved to be too much of a nightmare for you, didn't it?
Definitely, that bungee is a nightmare. But it's there, put there for a reason, and that's to slow us down. So.
It certainly did that. It's been terrific to have you on the show. You got through as far as the semi-finals, which is an achievement in itself. Thank you so much for being such a great contender. You've had a great crowd behind you, and the very best of luck to you in the future from all of us here at Gladiators.
Thanks very much, and thanks a lot to my crowd. You're brilliant.
Let's hear it for Yvette Rowley.
Well, Andreya with bags of energy left. There's her crew, all the way from Cornwall. And Yvette with her family and friends. Husband Gary there. Andreya's win will be Ian's best ever birthday present. Well, in the grand fastest eliminator contest, Andreya's time of 1 minute 27.3, not fast enough to threaten Sarah Dam's current record time. Now on to the men's competition. Emmil and Freddie stand even Stevens on 15 each, which gives us a head-to-head start.
Freddie, obviously not standing there focusing, just taking it quite easy. You're feeling quite relaxed.
Not relaxed. On the edge of the seat. Watch this space. This is going to be a hot one. This is going to be a hot one.
It certainly is. It's going to be head-to-head all the way, hopefully. And, I mean, you've given us some great action tonight, but also some great smiles, you guys.
We're smiling because the crowd's been so brilliant, and if we get through in the way I want to, there's something I'd like to say to the crowd, but I'll save it. Sit back, enjoy. This is where it's going to happen.
We will. The very best of luck to Emmil and Freddie. Good luck. Over to John Anderson.
Freddie and Emmil, you will both go on my whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Well, there's his whistle, and there they go, neck and neck, highs and lows, step by step, shoulder to shoulder, for richer, for poorer, into the bungee together. Both guys trying to blast their way through rather than plan a route ahead. Emmil Watson emerges in front. It's not so much what's on as what's off. Removes his shoe, he must have lost the other in the mess of the maze. Onto the bike for the frantic pedal, to the rollers, still neck and neck. Emmil's fans with someone's bedsheet there, still together, the spinning logs next. They inflict no casualties. Let's see if the cargo net takes its toll. Amanda and her dad there, both very fast up the rope webbing. Look at them go, and both losing their momentum at the same time. Quite remarkable drama. Considering Emmil has got no shoes on, Shine hoping her son will reign supreme. Emmil onto the gantry first. Freddie, not a neat net finish. Emmil hitches up for the glide on the slide as he comes down, and the lead opens up. Oh, and closes again. Freddie with a spectacular dismount. Here comes Emmil in only his socks. This is going to be tough on the balance beam. Oh, I told you, no shoes mean no grip. Shine is shattered. Freddie opens up a gap, and Emmil blows it again onto the travelator without breaking stride. Oh, makes a mess of the finish, but it's good enough for a place in the Southern Area final next week. Swims through. Amanda's ecstatic. Emmil finally finds his balance, bowls along the beam, onto the travelator. Oh, he's gone again. She can't believe Emmil's nightmare is never ending, nor can we. Emmil firing himself up for one more attack on the travelator. Here he comes. It's so difficult with just your socks on. He's there, just. Emmil Watson, with a shake of the head, completes his semi-final eliminator.
Freddie, congratulations. It's been a long, long day, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been long, John. As I said in the beginning, it's not over until it's over. First couple of games, a bit suspect. I had to get my head into it. Talking backstage with Coach Phil. Where are you, Phil?
That's Phil Norman. He's done well. Okay.
Good coach. He said, just get my head into it. PMA, positive mental attitude, all the way.
Well, it helped you, and here's your Gladiator winner's medal. Put it on, and we'll be seeing you again.
I'd just like to say a big, big thank you for my fans, my girlfriend Amanda, who like coaching me, helped me run my heels, and everybody who's come to support me, especially those guys from Cafe Sport, and everybody backstage helping us with massages, and just basically just keeping us nice and loose. It was a great show. Hat off to Emmil, pushed me to the limit, and I'm just glad I got through it. Thank you very much.
Go and thank all your supporters and all your fans, Freddie. Well done. Let's hear it for Freddie.
Well, Emmil, that was such an exciting eliminator. You did a bit of a Sandy Shaw on us and lost your shoes. What happened?
Okay, got behind, went through to the bungee, shoes were coming off, had to kick the other one off, felt perfectly strong, just could not grip in socks coming up the balance beam. To everyone that's come, I'd just like to say big time to everybody. I'd like to say a big thank you to the crowd for shouting oh so loud. You lifted me when I needed and carried me when it hurt. And I was convinced, God willing, I could win this competition with or without my shirt. But such is life. I was just unlucky. Respect where it's due to Freddie and everyone looking in. This is the place to be. Thank you to my mum and everybody.
And thanks to Emmil. Nice to see you. Go and see your fans.
And the moral of this story is check your shoelaces before you start the eliminator. Victory to Freddie McGovern. He came and he conquered, and he did his shoelaces up. There's his loyal girlfriend Amanda. Never doubted him for a moment. Here's Emmil with his bouquet for his mum. Great scenes. But Freddie's blistering eliminator not fast enough to threaten the fastest men's time, set last week by Mark Mottram. Now for the goodbyes from Fashion Ulrika.
Well, what a shame for Emmil to lose in such a way.
So much excitement, but that's what Gladiators is all about, Ollie.
Well, our winners tonight will, of course, go on to join Celia and Mark in our Southern Final. So join us next week for more action here on Gladiators.
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
Jim Bowen's up next with Bullseye. And you know, Jim is loving the fact that we're still being entertained by the show here on Challenge. He sends his best to you. Then later at 9, things get a lot more tense. It's the chase. You won't win a speedboat on the chase, though, will you?